I'm curious if Secret was it going to be Puppy playing that Clockwork, or is that a Yapzor's Eye hero?
Turn to ban.
I think it could go either way. It's funny though, I feel like pretty much every NA Dota player has a bias against Clockwork because we're just so used to watching IX and Mike pick it, play it, and lose with it. But then we come to these matches, we're like, Jesus, you guys really sure that's who you want to emulate?
Bulba is NA's Clockwork, right? It's not IX Mike.
That's right. The liquid Bulba is NA's Clockwork. He was doing it.
I'm surprised they first phase life.
Yeah,
this hero. Go ahead, Peter.
Sorry, we're on a little bit of delay here. I'm over here in the States. You guys are out there in Kiev, so it's a little bit tough. But yeah, I'm also surprised by the first phase lifestealer. Sorry, it's been a while since I talked about the drafts. But Tiny Furion from EG, I think, is super.
You're a justifiable pick in this draft.
I mean, it absolutely dumpsters lifestealer. You have a BKB piercing lockdown for the rage. You can also heal the target. It's just. EG just did not. EG had about as much success at TI7 with Wyvern as Peter did on the panel. Altogether, just not a good performance. And the Bloodseeker coming out. You've got the pure damage. If you put somebody down in the Cold Embrace, actually very broken.
When you're running offlane Bloodseeker, you need to have a guaranteed lockdown. You need to have like what's they running? Windranger position 4 with the shackle. Now they have Clockwork to put them inside of Cog, so the Blood Right, a lot of kill potential. Naga Siren, all right. They don't have the heroes that deal well with the illusion so far. Like, I don't think Lifestealer builds Radiance
this is a good lane for Naga.
Yeah.
Like, Clockwork is really tough too. As soon as Naga has the Manta, it's pretty much impossible to play.
Yeah.
all your cogs just die instantly to illusions. And this is one of our TZ's favorite and best heroes. So I'm liking where EG's at right now, but can't underestimate Secret. You know, it's a secret draft. They usually just find a way to win games.
Yep. Typically in this sort of draft feels like that would start with some pretty dominant lane prowess. I also really love Naga.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
The Fury core or Wyvern core. I'm telling you, Wyvern offlane is the real deal. You got a massive damage.
Yeah,
on level
40
10.
damage.
Yeah.
Level 1. It's insane. Can't.
No way.
Now, looking at these two heroes, Wyvern and Naga Siren, like they have great way of disengaging a team fight.
Health regen, and they're just gonna kind of stay full. It's like when EG takes on Secret and they use their ults, are they actually able to kill them?
Yeah, that's a good point. It'll take like third item Naga before EG really have the ability to take an extended duration team fight. Last picks could affect that.
No, he honestly, you go to EG's Dota buff and he's like playing Void Spirit, Ember Spirit, or Storm Spirit. Like that's his draft.
10 seconds remaining.
So not the hardest prediction.
What did you say about it that you didn't like about Lifestealer, or why do you think people don't like it against Lifestealer typically?
Oh, he can easily just rage off the chains. He gets an Abyssal Blade pretty early. He's got decent like physical damage. He kind of doesn't really take that much damage from Ember Spirit throughout the game unless Ember goes like that Deso build. But even then, it's kind of hard for Ember to really put down a Lifestealer, I think.
Yeah, it can go both. Ember can just play the map faster than a Lifestealer, and in theory you can go for the more support playmaker-esque build. I've seen like Lotus Orbs and early Yules picked up as an example in comparison to the Deso build we saw earlier from
Secret needs catch, or they need like another hero to just help them plow down towers and go all the way.
Jesus.
I think EG's got decent counter push with the Wyvern.
Yeah, this feels a little bit like TI5. Glad Peter's here, because we saw this exact matchup with Sumel playing the EG against the Shiki Lesh in one of those games that EG dominated. And it's a nice pick here against the Naga. It gives Secret that ability to press towers. It's got a stun, and in theory it'll play pretty fast. It's really nice as a Lesh because you have no ability to stay on map, no innate health regen. So the ability for Chen to bring you back to the fight is real useful. And ultimately, I just think Secret's the better team, so I like the pick. And yeah, the odds are heavily.
Bro, these odds are
insane.
Disrespectful almost. 1.29 to 3.31. EG definitely have their work cut out for them so far. And I mean, they are stepping outside of the box. Like you said, it seems like almost a vintage draft. But seeing these 10 heroes on the field, Peter, which way are you leaning right now?
Well, I think it's very dependent on how this Leshrac last pick does. I would expect him to get it early Yules and then to get very active on the map in tandem with the Clockwork and Chen. I'll give it to Team Secret. I think they're just going to make it happen.
All right. Well, they have yet to really show any shortcomings with this Bloodseeker. Let's see if EG can finally put a hole in this plan as we send it over to our casters for game number 1.
That's right. We already have one team in the upper bracket final. That is OG, and it's going to be
Prepare
exciting
for
to
battle.
see how this series pans out before Secret do eventually take their place in the upper bracket final as well. Jenkins going to be joining me. I know you're a big Evil Geniuses. Yes. I know you have done a ton of videos on Arteezy as following his rotations, his carries. I see the YouTube highlights. You know, how does Arteezy do it? You know.
Yeah. A lot of people in the comments will joke about that. If Arteezy sneezes, that I'll make a video about it. Actually, so.
Why is it though?
I mean, people click it. It's not my fault. People click it.
Okay, so Jenkins admitting that he just baits out of his videos as much as possible.
I mean, that's how you got to play the game, man. Don't hate the player.
That's fair.
You know, with the whole streamer situation going on, right? Same exact thing. You got to blame the game, not the player. And you know, Secret as well. There's some very clickbaitable players as well, given that they're on a complete tear for about a year now.
Yeah.
Just completely, they seem to be the best team in Dota, period, by a huge margin.
I feel like there's not a single name on Secret that doesn't draw fans at that point.
Are you serious? I mean, of course. Puppy. Anything draft related with Puppy. This guy's a genius. He's a god. I think a lot of people are just expecting this to be a complete massacre. So if EG does anything in this game, I think they're going to exceed expectations given how Secret has performed.
Evil Geniuses are notorious for running the same kind of playstyles, or at least having a preference that leans towards a certain kind of playstyle for a very long time now. And one of those heroes would certainly fit into that archetype. Naga Siren, split push heavy, late game, etc., etc. Why did they pick this Naga Siren, Jenkins?
Okay, so I'm going to call him out for this. I was in a pub with Arteezy about, we'll say, 1 to 2 months ago. He called this hero dog shit. A friend of mine was playing it and, doing okay. He was farmed and he's like, this hero sucks because it can't end games. He's basically saying, like, this is the worst of the illusion heroes. So I don't know if there's been some buffs to Naga.
So you're saying that Arteezy flamed your friend for playing the Naga Siren, 100%. Saying that it's total dog shit, and why do people keep on picking it?
Right.
And now he's here picking it.
Right. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, dude, Arteezy, this is your hero, man. So I think what he was honestly trying to say there is that the ease of execution on this hero, it's just not easy. It's hard to end games with Naga Siren, but if you're good at it, perhaps it's still good. I mean, especially if you're running this
Radiant's middle
very
tower
interesting
is under
aggro
attack.
tri-lane against the Lifestealer. I think this will do pretty well.
Yeah, and that is a very key factor, right? Is pubs, very often people are just picking just to pick, but here they have a sort of classic matchup, the Naga Siren versus the Lifestealer.
Yeah, high armored hero on the Naga Siren spawns the illusions. Lifestealer can't do anything to clear those. You can see Puppy's trying to right click them here, but a Chen can only do so much.
How do you think he's going to
tower is
adjust
under
the
attack.
Lifestealer, that is? Like, do you think we can see that Radiance build, or is it going to Maelstrom type build, or how is he going to be able to adjust this, or are you just going to go normal?
To be honest, I think with the Leshrac last pick, you don't need to go for the Radiance on Lifestealer. It's just not a great build right now in general. I think you want to play faster. I think Lifestealer needs to be the answer to the other heroes, and he's a great answer to the other heroes. I think they can all get bursted as long as the Wyvern is dealt with. And then let the Leshrac, who was last pick, deal with this Naga Siren.
So while we're having this tri-lane, it does mean we have a 1v1 bottom lane, which is the Furion versus the Bloodseeker.
Yes.
Which I would imagine Zai's going to do perfectly fine here, even though he's got, the annoying harassment of the Furion. He should be able to constantly be healing himself off of killing these creeps, thanks to the Blood Rage.
It is one of those matchups, though, where you maybe need to go for a second point in the Blood Rage, or sorry, the passive now is what heals.
Yeah, third, sorry.
So maybe you need to go for like a second point in the heal just to sustain through that level 3, level 4 period. And then maybe you can deal with the Treants. But we can see right now that Ramses is doing quite well down there. I mean, there's a certain amount of damage where it's just like, it's too much to heal through.
Sure. Also, you kind of got a CS advantage that naturally comes with the Treants all focusing on denies all at once, which can make things difficult for Zai.
Right. A lot of the CS that we see that Zai has, this is probably Treants. I mean, as well as the denies, though, that Ramses has. It's probably mostly Treants.
Right. And that just leaves our mid lane matchup, which is the Ember Spirit versus the aforementioned Leshrac. This is supposed to be the answer to the Naga Siren, and Peter says it is going to be the linchpin here for Secret. It is all, their strategy is entirely dependent on how well Nisha does, how quickly that Yule Scepter is going to be picked up.
Yeah, he definitely needs the Yules. They don't have particularly good setup. Other than the Yules, they have the Clockwork, but Clock is a very weird hero to be setting up. You never really want to bank on him doing it. I mean, you'd like for him to do it. You know Clockwork offers disables, but he has to get an angle. He has to also get the cog knockback, the timing of that, and it's just not something that's super reliable. Even though he will do it in every fight, it's like, who will he do it on? When will he do it? That's really the question.
Right. GPK. A little bit of whip there. As the analysts were talking about, GPK has been quite the monster when it comes to the laning phase, but has had some unfortunate mid games where he's kind of thrown away some of the advantage he's gotten. But up against easily one of the best mid laners you could possibly go up against in Nisha. And he is not looking like the terror that he was in previous games. 18-2 compared to 22-6 right now. Nisha getting a good number of denies out of this lane.
A very nice rune control here from EG, taking that Arcana rune. That would be very annoying for either of these heroes to get. You know, you get that on Ember, and I don't think he has the bottle just yet. I think he probably just got it off of the courier.
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, he's been using the sips. Zai's doing well down here.
Yeah, he's picking it up as the second level Blood Right, really big. Third level, just okay. Now you're not only are you one-shotting range creeps, but you're probably taking a melee creep down with you, and at this point, Treants may actually just be some food for the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even if they just die in range of you, you heal. Even if they get denied, so that's got to be quite nice.
Nisha. They're going to try and gank him up here. GPK does not have the shackles, but they're still going to try and run him down very low. The rocket comes in. The last hit from Nisha. He just died to the physical damage. Game was hard indeed. You may have made it a little harder for yourself there, GPK, as that was an unsuccessful rotation.
Dire's middle tower is
did
under
you see
attack.
that? Leshrac was running over to steal their bounty rune.
Puppy denied it. Yep.
Puppy had already denied it with the neutral creep.
Very sad. Heads up play from Puppy, but
Radiant's courier
Nisha's
has been
sad.
killed.
Yeah, this rotation from Nisha now trying to catch Arteezy. This Naga Siren's just going to be run down. Another win for Nisha here. Ramses. Oh, still gets clipped by the Blood Right. Whoops.
But I mean, the worst thing here is he's getting zoned off of a bunch of creeps that are going to die to the tower. He needs to TP in immediately.
Yeah, he's may not be able to wait until
Radiant's
full health or something.
It's scary to do that. I mean, this looks like a huge wave bot. And now, okay, coming down to try to secure this.
He's probably calling like they might end up trying to dive me here. And, well, the Tiny is going to try and even things out here. We haven't talked about the... there comes the Wrath of Nature. Zai's going to take a lot of damage. There it is, the big hit. Tried to zone him out. Was Ramses level 5 when he TP back?
I think so. I think so. He got it from the wave.
Yeah, the big wave came in. GPK trying to get away, but Nisha trying to run him down. The illusions. Oh, the tower hits. He's got the bottle. That'll be good enough. With the healing salve, he's fine. Both the mid laners will barely live.
And that rocket hit at just the most inconvenient time and place. Like, if it hits during the bottle and salve, then you cancel that, and he has to go back to base. Which is fine. I mean, he can get back. He's an Ember Spear, but it's a little bit more annoying. And I think he might have died if that actually hit there. But once again, speaking of this Clockwork here, you never really want to bank on a rocket hitting to get a kill, but it would have been very convenient for Secret.
We're going to smoke up just like Nisha made a rotation earlier. Looks like GPK is going to be encouraged to do the same by Crit. We haven't actually talked about the 4 positions, but Crit and Yapsor have just kind of been running around the map together. It was like 4 minutes or something, and Yapsor was still level 1. Very much focused on trying to counter each other's rotations.
Right. That sometimes happens where it's like, if I just go where this Tiny goes, then nothing can happen on the map. And then nothing happens on the map. It's just like a core battle in the side lanes.
Zai, here comes the gank. Throws out the Blood Right. Nisha is on his way with the silenced already out, and Zai still not dead. This is looking quite good for Secret. They're going to be able to get the kill pretty easily on Crit, and Zai will heal back up.
Great build on Zai, going for the early Belt of Strength and Raindrop as well as Basilius. Like, he's got so many little stat-efficient items. When he played against OG and he was playing this Bloodseeker, he literally just went straight Veil. He didn't send out any items until Veil because he could be greedy, but in this game he knows he can't be that greedy. He's got to send out those items.
We still have the scan behind the tower, but GPK's here, spotted by the rocket as it went overhead. The Wrath of Nature is going to go out. Do they have any vision on these heroes? Doesn't look like it. All of Secret had out of vision and don't take the big nuke damage. They know also that there is a ward to the left there in that
Dire's middle
Radiant
tower is
jungle
under
because
attack.
the Chen creep got hit by the Wrath of Nature. So Puppy's already pinged that out.
The classic Wrath of Nature ward reveal.
Yeah.
That is the plight of many pub Nature's prophets. Their supports get very mad. Hey man, I can't control that.
And it's true.
Kind of can. Not too much. It hits a lot of targets these days.
Yep.
Almost have the mech on Puppy. He actually went Bassy, so he's not rushing the mech, and still about 750 gold, and he'll have that. Just jungling. This is something that Puppy does. This is very annoying. Whenever there's... I've been, once again, pubbing with this guy. Unfortunately, on the enemy team, anytime there's space on the map and he's not needed in a lane, he doesn't go rotate. He'll literally just jungle, and then he comes out of the jungle as, like, with core farm. It's like,
Yeah.
Bro, Puppy, come on, man.
And with a Lifestealer, like, what better hero to leave alone
Right.
and feel comfortable, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And he's not really needed in the lanes. Like, this is... You know, they're chilling for a bit. There's a bit of a grace period, and then I think they'll put on the pressure. Once they have the Chen mech, plus the Leshrac possibly having a Yules, man, that seems like a real solid timing.
Yeah, and this is looking like a
Radiant's top
snowball
tower
that is
is
just
under
going to roll
attack.
right over Evil Geniuses, as they've already shown they're kind of lacking some damage when it comes to killing some heroes. They need to get those levels up on crit, because I think without him being maxed out Avalanche Toss, Secret, there's not a big enough threat to stop them at this point. Nisha's just going to put himself in this little cupboard and slowly Diabolic Edict down the tower. Fly's going to try and go for the last hit. Misses the deny. Now
Radiant's
potentially
top
caught
tower
here.
is under attack.
Slowed down, hits the stun, opens up the trees, and Yapzor is able to keep running him down. As a result, 10-minute bounty runes are coming up as well. And Matumba Man, he's going to secure one at top, or at least try to.
And that's one of those situations where clicking battle, crit wins.
Crit does manage to outclick him, so
Radiant's
2 for 2
bottom
split.
tower
But with
is
this
under
Wyvern
attack.
defending the bot lane, crit.
Oh my goodness, die! That was a sick move. Knew he was going to be jumping over the double damage, and they get a big kill on GPK. Zai, you sly dog, you.
Wow, that was nice. It's
Radiant
hard to do
structures
things
are
with this
fortified.
Bloodseeker offlane. It is definitely a good hero, but it's hard to make things happen. Like that what we just saw is the skill that it takes to actually, you know, make a play with this Bloodseeker offlane. But it looks damn good when it does work.
Toss him over. Just do a spot of damage. Secret. It seems like they're going to just keep on focusing on hitting neutral creeps until they hit that really big critical mass. There's the mech. And I'm not sure who picked up the veil, on which side it was.
I think that would probably
Zai?
be Zai.
It was Zai, yeah.
Going for treads this game, so that way he can survive the magical damage. In the previous game where he played offlane Bloodseeker, he went brown boots, and then in another one he went for phase boots, because he could play more as a carry and he needed the physical resistance, but he just needs to survive burst in this game.
Crit. Toss up in the air. Just trying to get Matumba Man off of him.
What have we here?
Hey. An extra bounty rune for Evil Geniuses.
I did actually watch a replay of Matumba Man playing this exact hero in a pub yesterday, and I noticed that he plays very safe on Lifestealer. He will sit in the safe lane, he will not go for any plays, and I think in the game that I watched, that was applicable. That made a lot of sense,
Dire's
and I'm
turret
interested to
has been
see
killed.
how he changes that up when he's against a Naga Siren. I don't think they're particularly interested in going late. I think they would really like to hit some sort of early game timing with the Lifestealer. I think they have the timing with the mech and, you know, going with Zai and with Nisha mid, but I think Matumba Man also has a bit later of a timing than that they want to push on, so.
Right. So, like, with the most illusion heroes, they're looking for, like, that third item timing, and you want to strike before that.
Yes, absolutely. Take as much of the map as you can so that it's just the illusion hero farming.
And you can see Nisha's doing just that, putting pressure from the
Radiant's
trees
middle
with this
tower
Diabolic
has
Edict.
fallen.
Puppy will take the last hit on the
Radiant's
tower.
top tower
And
is under
the
attack.
map grows ever smaller for Evil Geniuses.
Got
Radiant's
that
middle
Yules,
tower
they have the
is
mech.
under
Yeah,
attack.
they're super ready to go right now. My question is, okay, so Matumba makes a move. He's going to start being aggressive, play in the enemy jungle. My question for EG is, what team fight do they have to follow up the Naga song? Because I'm thinking, like, the big turnaround play for them will be Secrets. Obviously, they're
Dire's
taking
top
control in the
tower
early game.
is
They've got
under
this kind of
attack.
tempo lineup. There's a certain point EG want to strike, right? does it matter if you get that third item on Naga Siren if Leshrac is strong enough to just clear all of your illusions? Like, what team fight do they have to set up? I suppose it's Winter's Curse. They can probably hit a pretty good tiny avalanche into Winter's Curse, and that would work. But it's not a Jakiro, you know? It's not what you would expect traditionally with this combo.
No, certainly not. There is no like Darkseer Disruptor combination or something like that to be able to play off of Nisha. Getting stun from the trees, just kind of pushing back GPK. Not a real threat, I would say.
Are these odds fair, do you think?
Radiant's bottom
judging by the
tower
game
is
right
under
now,
attack.
I would say it's fair. Maybe at the start of the series, might be a little too Secret favored, but it's not that surprising, right? Secret have looked incredibly dominant, and I would definitely give them a big advantage for this series.
It's true. It's always very hard to count these like big name teams like, you know, Liquid and OG and EG. It's hard to count them as just complete underdogs because so many times you'll see a team just be dog shit in the group stage and then they'll completely destroy through like a lower bracket run or whatever.
Yeah.
They'll just find their groove because they're tier 1 players, like they're the best of the best.
Yeah, and Evil Geniuses has not looked like the cleanest tier 1 team out there, right? They did lose to Navi, who's already out, right? So that's like one black mark on their run through the group stage.
Here's the song.
There's the song going out.
Matamba?
Arteezy.
He's just running away. Okay.
Oh, they managed to hook shot him, stopping his TP. What a sick play from Yabsor. Got the angle. I think Arteezy was trying to kind of use Lifestealer in that one creep to kind of block any potential hooks, but wasn't good enough. Yapsor, the wily 4 position of Team Secret. He always seems to find a way.
That was not an easy angle to hit. Once again, another one of those problems with Clockwork is that you just have to be there for the opportunity. You just have to be already in position for when it happens. And, I mean, Yapsor was. It's almost like he was expecting it.
Look at him. He's going for a meaty hammer.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. They don't necessarily lack tower push, but there is a lot of outpush on EG to kill creep waves, Naga illusions, you know, Winter Wyvern, Ember Spirit. So the more the merrier in this game. Like, I don't think you want to go late. I think you want to just end this one early.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Man, he's cutting through the trees. He's a lumberjack.
Yep. And they've spotted Fly. They know he's here. They certainly got him with the rocket flare now, so they're going to be able to get the rupture. Fly will eventually come down to earth here. We'll use the cold embrace. Nobody's coming to save him, though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They take him, and they take this tier 2.
Man, they're putting on a clinic right now. Secret, this is just like a tutorial for how to beat heralds at Dota or something like that. I don't know. That's what this feels like. It feels like EG can't do anything, man.
At the same time, in typical EG fashion, they're not down net worth-wise as much as I would expect. But in some ways, it's just because they haven't gotten into that one really bad team fight yet. We saw it yesterday, right? We're talking about 3K gold lead, and all of a sudden it was 9K off of one team fight.
Here we go. This is a big pick.
Yeah, this would certainly be a massive one. As Ramses is definitely going down here in Arteezy. Can't really do much to save him.
He's got to be careful, man.
Yeah, certainly. He does not have the song back up yet. It was a level 1 song at that. Combo here onto Matamba Man. He turns around, starts laying into crit. I think crit is dead. Slowed down by the purge, but didn't really need it too much. 9-1 to the favor of Secret now.
And we can see the gold lead mounting because Secret is basically just moving across the map, taking the towers, and basically the kind of flow chart order that it's easiest to take. And slowly but surely, EG is getting choked. They're going to get less bounties. We're going to see bounties spawn in 3 minutes from now. That's going to be a big gold difference. Roshan is now available because Secret is able to occupy this triangle with that mid tower being down. We have the top 2 towers that they need to take that I'm not sure if EG can defend. They do have that Orchid timing on Ramses. That seems like maybe an okay time to fight. But maybe you wait for Crit's blink as well?
Yeah, I think you need that clear initiation for sure. And I don't think Ramsey's going to feel super good about team fighting until he has BKB.
That's a long way away.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That may be far too long to wait. As Secret is beginning to stretch that lead out a little bit further. Now 5,000 net worth lead as they've taken most of the towers on the map. It's just those top 2 left.
Like the aggressive ward there from Puppy. Just, okay, they're locked in their base. it's very dangerous for them to enter into their jungle. They're very likely to enter into this kind of small area in their jungle or into the triangle. You put the ward there.
Also, what's with
Radiant
I mean,
are
he's got that
scanning.
one aggressive ward, but then he's got 3 mid lane wards.
Yeah,
Back to back.
That is interesting.
Just all in a straight line. So if you take that first
Dire's
really
top
aggressive
tower
one, then
is under
you're still
attack.
having that other one to worry about.
Yep. I get the mid lane ward on the top left. It's a Roche ward. I believe there's one there. But the other two, maybe it's the order in which he placed it. Like, they did just take those towers, right?
Sure.
So
Great. Gonna be caught by Nisha. The rotation is gonna come out from Ramses, putting in the work with this Orchid. Can they actually get this kill on Nisha, though? He's so damn fast with the Yule Scepter Boots of Travel build. He gets out of there pretty quickly. The Purge being used to take away the Flame Guard of GPK. There goes most of his damage.
still holding on to the Chen heal too. One other thing that I noticed watching Matumba's replay, with this lifestealer, I'm sure this is like an every carry thing, because I think this is just a good concept. Would highly recommend watching Aui's video on this, but he always values protecting his backlines. Like, if he sees that his team is getting gone on, he runs to them immediately, and maybe he doesn't go in if it's too dangerous, but he's always there.
Sure.
He's always there to back them up, to be kind of that turret, that rock that his team can go to as a defense.
Look at Yapzor. He's been hiding out here on this side of things, and he's going to put that Meteor Hammer to use here. An Orchid. Ramsey's trying to protect himself, trying to get away. There's so many creeps here to take up the battery salts, but the Yapzor, because his positioning, still have the hook shot in the tank. He'll probably die for this, but he's going to open up a lot of kills here, as they're going to still be able to take this fight in. GPK has to jump out, and they have to use the Song of Siren to prevent further losses here. But Crit, even with that additional help with the Song of Siren, he still can't get away. Matumba Man is here. He's come to collect. They're going to get the 2 kills. And are they even going to go high ground? They will. Okay, they just force out the clip there. All right, chill.
Yeah, they have a lot to still take. This entire top area of the map in Roshan. And by the way, you spoke about the adjustment in Matumba's build. Like, do you go for this Deso, Sanjin Yasha, Heaven's Halberd, whatever, like the regular lifestealer build is? He's going for the Maelstrom, the Mjolnir. Like, this to me seems like the more modern version of this Radiance. And by modern, I mean Radiance became dog shit like a few months ago. But this is a, this is still a great item.
Meanwhile, Arteezy just trying to get a second big stat item, right? He goes for the Manta, doesn't go for Diffuser Blade. He's like, okay, I need actual stats to survive. He goes for the Scotty over the Heart. What do you think about that?
The Scotty's just the new age good item. I think against the Lifestealer, it's great. I mean, against all of these heroes, they have the Chen heals, they have the heals on Bloodseeker, they have the heals on Lifestealer.
I mean, how is he supposed to stay on top of this Nisha Leshrac if he ever does get on top of him, right? It's like he's super fast with Boots of Travel Yules.
I honestly think he needs Heart, Scotty.
Oh my god, GPK. He gets hit by the Meteor Hammer. It's not like Yapzor is going to be able to do anything to okay, maybe. Jumps away to the Remnant. Stun came a little too soon.
Yeah, you can see he went for that instant, like, frame perfect timing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you have to against an Ember Spirit. He's just got no cast time on the Remnant. So you have to get very lucky to pull that off. I mean, Nisha's one of those players. Like, I've seen this guy do the Yule's coil break on Puck. Almost consistently. But if you can do that like once or twice in a game, that's already impressive. That's like a 1 out of 10 times thing. You know, you can Yules and then it breaks the coil.
Yeah, so what you're talking about is coil. If you go to the very edges of it and pop Yules, the Z axis will break the coil.
Actually, no, it's because the Yule spins you. So you move out of coil range while invulnerable.
Okay,
and so he's done that in a game like 3 times. He'll do it in a game.
Oh, I see.
So I'm saying that mechanically, Nisha's the type of guy that I would expect to pull something like this off.
Right.
But it's not easy.
Radiant's top tower is under
They got
attack.
their second tower of the game on Evil Geniuses. Thanks to GPK's aggression, Ramsey's going to try and collect a third here. Arteezy playing nearby, ready to go with a Song of Siren. Matumba Man thinking to himself, there's no way this Nature's Prophet is playing this aggressively without some boys behind him. But now, Matumba Man has some boys of his own. Do they have any disables to stop him, though? Oh, the hook shot comes in just in time from Yapzor. Once again, right place, right time. He was the first to TP in. Just those little things, right?
Great team play too. Matumba got out of the way, and the moment he TP'd in, he hooked. Like Matumba knew he was gonna hook and gave him the angle, and then he moved. And then also, Yapzor knew Matumba was gonna move out of the way. He throws the hook. That's just Great trust.
And I like this from Nisha, immediately moving to the other side of the map. You showed a bunch of heroes, right? What is any split pushing hero going to do? I've got to run down that top lane. And Nisha's going to say, no. This top lane's not going to push out too much. I'm not going to let it get out of control. And he can do that because he's the one holding the Aegis.
And he's got the travels. Like, he just second item from Missile Shrek. Yule's travels, you feel so incredibly fast. Even if it's a bad travels game, it still feels like a good item because you're so hard to kill in fights. You just run away from people. But then, like you said, he has the Aegis to boot, so do you really need tanky items? You can just go for a Kaya, because he's got a casual Kaya building in the Bloodstone. I guess not so casual, but...
And now you can see Evil Geniuses, the only people that are getting farm, I mean, they do have heroes that are able to find farm because their natural mobility or split pushing powers, but even so, it feels like the map is closing in on them, right? Arteezy's only throwing illusions down lane. Ramses is playing in their jungle right now with a teleport. And GPK is just strictly trying to defend.
I do want to point out something cool about what Ramses is doing. He was given some sentries, and so he places a ward in the mid lane. I think he probably placed that bot ward as well, and then he also placed a sentry on a high ground.
He went for the tower, and he's going to get caught.
Oh, no. I was literally about to say, because you, against a Nature's Prophet, you would high ground ward places like that.
Yep.
Because you know that he's going to play in your jungle.
Yep.
And so he put the sentry on the other high ground eye spot, but not that one.
Yep.
That's why he got picked off, because Secret, they kind of next level. They put it in the other one. No, they got lucky. Just the right one. He walked through it.
Tier 3, that's already taken a decent amount of damage, and Secret, thanks to Chen, thanks to some of their mobility, they're just able to go from picking somebody off in that bottom lane and immediately be reformed up in a pretty good ball to take this top lane of barracks. And Evil Geniuses, it just feels like they're running out of options here, and I don't know when this game turns around for them, Jenkins. Like, I don't know if this game delays another 10 minutes, if they are still incapable of fighting. Crit tries to come in, goes to the toss back of the Yules, but a Rage and Yule Scepter is going to stop that.
Oh, that's
Winter's curse, but it's not what they wanted, that's for sure. Song of Siren being used as well. That is Evil Geniuses using most of their big ultimates here, their big team fighting abilities, and getting nothing for it.
Yeah, so all they need to do now is just...
The seeds.
Look at him. They saw him. Ramses TP'd in, grabbed the bounty rune, and Nisha immediately TP'd in, and Matumba Man infested inside of Nisha, so he's going to join him for this kill onto Ramses.
I'm a little surprised he died in the same spot, especially with the presence of mind to put the sentry on the other high ground D-ward spot.
Yeah, he must have just thought, oh, it was because I killed the tower. They just kind of like estimated where I was.
Sure, that's yeah, definitely.
But the truth was, they knew exactly where he was because there was a high ground ward.
Right. It's the Nature's Prophet counter when you're winning, which
and look at this, Evil Genius is like, okay, they just showed bottom lane, guys, let's push out to top. Arteezy faking himself there, is just gonna run through all of this, but Crit, it doesn't have quite the same options here. Trying to get into the side lane of the trees and blink away. Fly will just Cold Embrace and extend his life. It won't be for very long though. A Blood Rage Nisha is very scary, especially when he's extra life, so he can kind of play fearlessly. GPK got to be careful of the basher here. There it goes. But the Rage is also running out. Crit with the toss back. They do have the Orchid there as well, but oh no, Ramses, he doesn't want to be in melee range. Fortunately, the ensnare is there, tries to buy him a little bit of space, but he still goes down. Matumba Man does end up falling here, trading his life for Ramses. Nisha, you know, GPK, I think he's just trying to cut more mid creep waves potentially and get away from this team fight that's going around.
Really solid pickoff there from EG. Oh man, that would have been devastating.
Yeah, it certainly would have.
Nisha was like picking his nose or something, so he wasn't moving around. He went like MK for a second there.
Needed to take a breather.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, an arcane rune. Let me think about that. Now that was a nice, really nice toss back, catching him without the rage there into the Orchid. That's the only way that they can kill him is by isolating him like that. Matumba, when he plays this hero, he's always on the front line. Super aggressive.
All right, they're killing a puppy. That's what they want. Matumba Man's dead still, so they're like, all right, we got some time to work with. Let's just grab whoever we can. Not a terribly value kill, but, you know, it's always kind of nice to kill Chen and his creeps.
Yeah. Once again, without Matumba, like, there's nobody to really play the front line. Nisha doesn't want to do it. It's a little too risky. Zai, he hasn't built to be super tanky with the Veil build.
I'm still left
Dire's
with
middle
that
tower
kind
is
of
under attack.
perplexing problem here. When does Evil Geniuses
are
feel
scanning.
good about their team fight? Like, what is the power spike? What are the items that we need here, Jenkins?
Oh man. Honestly, I feel like you build for... He's got a Dagon on Bloodseeker. Oh boy. I've seen people doing this in pubs recently. It definitely feels nice. You can do a lot of damage. I think Fog was telling you can do like 2,000 damage between Ethereal Blade, Dagon with Blood Rage and Veil.
That sounds pretty high to me.
Yeah, pretty high damage. And remember, like, this is in the late game when people have 50 armor, so it's quite effective in terms of the damage.
Sure, absolutely. And in a weird way, it's like everyone's scaling up in armor, but nobody really scales anymore in magic armor at some point.
No,
you just
no.
have the pipes. So in a weird way, it goes magic damage, super good, then physical damage, super good, and then magic damage starts coming back a little bit in the late game.
It would be different if people got like 6 hearts. If the multiple hearts was the meta,
Sure.
then magic damage, Monkey King Bar, for example, wouldn't be so good as well, because it's magic damage. But items, I'm Rapier. That's Rapier on probably Ramses.
Every single time, you're just kind of watching secrets run through lanes as quick as possible. Side of the map, push the lanes in, trying to counteract this split push that's happening.
One more kill, then we get weed number.
Oh, the weed number.
That'll be funny. I'm gonna laugh at that when that happens.
That'll be some
on,
good
Ramses.
Twitch chat memes.
Ramses, let's go.
I know you love those.
He's in the trees.
Now I want Evil Geniuses to get a kill.
Don't do it. We can't get 3-2-2. EG, unfortunately, Matumba threw that opportunity. Now, I think to turn this game, you need some nuclear option. It's not enough to just get Naga's 4th item. They have the answer to it. It would be different if there wasn't a Leshrac on Team Secret. That's the thing. If there wasn't a clear answer to the Naga, then I think it would be different. And Yapsor, even something like this Meteor Hammer, this is somewhat of an answer. You have something that's at least a follow-up AoE stun for the Leshrac stun. If there's a bunch of illusions on you, you can just cogs them and then stun them and damage them with this Meteor Hammer. Then there's the Mjolnir as well. Like, they're itemizing really well to deal with this. That's something that Secret is extremely good at, is that they'll often just pick heroes that are really good and have synergy and then itemize to deal with the enemy team's stuff. They'll counter it in that way, which I think is a very cool way of looking at the game. But they did pick, obviously, the counter Leshrac. Let's not ignore that. This is a very good hero versus the Naga.
Look at Isha, just running in. He pops the spider legs, and Arteezy says, nope. Crit, he's still going to be caught here. It looks like the hook shot did land and caught Fly instead of Arteezy's Naga Siren that he was looking for. They do still manage to get the kill on the Crit. And now we have an Abyssal Blade complete for the Lifestealer, so Arteezy is going to have to be even more scared than he was before. He's going for a Butterfly next to try and deal with the Lifestealer, but as soon as he builds a single component...
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking, dude. The MKD is immediately going to come out from this hero that already loves the item.
Yeah, and it's not like Nisha cares at all about the Butterfly.
He does not care. Neither does I with his Dagon 5 scene.
But it is a terrible position because it's like, okay, but do you get heart? Like, that helps Lifestealer in a way.
It's not easy.
Yeah. I
would legitimately think that EG has a better shot in this game if they had a carry natures. If Ramses was their carry and took farm priority, I would prefer a natures to carry this game, because then you can actually get a rapier, and with the rapier, of course, everything changes. It's just so much damage.
It's just a very weird power spike that is a little bit unnatural. Meanwhile, this Naga Siren can't build it.
It's kind of a linear growth with Naga, but they're looking for something exponential at this point.
Yeah.
They're looking for 2 to the end growth. Maybe 10 to the end. I don't know.
And here they are, Evil Geniuses, all huddle on the high ground. We've seen them make comebacks before, but that's usually based around, we've got Enigma.
Oh, I just
high
realized.
ground with a black hole or something.
Weed number, by the way. All right. Isha, taking a lot of damage.
You take a hefty amount of damage there.
Oh
But-
boy, tornadoes.
Hefty amount of damage was also done to the tower.
This is just annoying. Puppy, please, mercy. We don't want to be slowed. Not in our base. This is a safe space.
There are no safe spaces in 2020, Jenkins.
This is true.
Not when Secret's involved.
This is very true. That's a fully completed Dagon 5, I think.
Yeah.
At 32 minutes.
It is nice to see a different Bloodseeker build, because I feel like every Bloodseeker we saw went Veil into Guardian Greaves, right?
Yes, Veil into Yules into Guardian Greaves.
Yeah.
That's usually the build. I wonder if he's sending out Dagon components or if he's sending out the Lotus Orb. Is he being a good boy or is he being a bad boy? He's being a good boy.
You know he's being a good boy. Zai is only ever a good boy.
He's like, I'm done memeing at this point. Dagon 3 is enough. We've tortured EG enough. Let's put them out of their misery. Let's go high ground.
Crit.
Dire's structures
Oh,
are
they need to kill those creeps. Fortunately, they do. They're going to stop Nisha's teleport in. Puppy is free.
Is this?
Okay, take control back of your triangle. That's definitely something. I like that he switched up the butterfly. I
Radiant's
think
bottom
we
tower
both had
is
some
under
issues
attack.
with that. I think a lot of carry players would look at that and be like, I don't know, but it's Arteezy, so he's probably making the right decision. Well, he did make the right decision. BKB against the Naga. That is, or against the Leshrac as a Naga.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he's got to get. That or a heart.
And then he just goes the most popular damage item at this point with the
Right.
MKB, right?
Yep. Playing against a Lifestealer who has the evasion talent. He needs some single target DPS as much as he'd like to have stats on Naga. It's not the game for it. And maybe if he gets the MKB and goes for that build, a Rapier is not too bad if he's building to like right click with his main hero.
So we had that change, right, where you now lifesteal off of illusions. That was several patches back,
Yes.
right? You also spell lifesteal off illusions, I assume,
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not actually
because Nisha now is an Octarine Core, which you're going to see him put to good use. There's a Lotus Orb on the toss.
You know the great thing about this Octarine Core, and a big reason why I think Leshrac is incredible in the late game. Well, every item that builds from the is it Soul Booster? I always forget what that item is called. It's so bad. You have 10% magic resist, so you have these incredible late game like stat items, right? You have a ton of HP from the Bloodstone. You have a ton of HP from the Octarine Core, but they also give you magic resist. So like this guy's incredibly tanky even without the BKB. Like he can survive the magic burst with these items. Then he's got HP on that as well. So Leshrac, he's just loving life right now with this new. He's one of the only heroes, I gotta say, that really loves the new Bloodstone change. Like Storm,
Yeah.
I think there's a reason that hero's win rate is terrible right now.
Probably the most iconic Bloodstone hero there.
Yep. Leshrac like doesn't need that much mana, but he needs a bit. He needs a bit extra. And then the Bloodstone giving the percentage spell damage. Ooh, he's loving that.
He's gonna quickly heal up real quick. 60-second cooldown for that Bloodstone. And gonna start marching high ground. Any Blood Rage? Maybe
Radiant's
maybe they don't need it though.
fortified.
Glyph gonna be used. Meteor Hammer lands in an Arteezy. GPK just kind of poking at them, trying to persuade Secret to back down. And doesn't look like they're going to. Oh, there's a jump forward to the Abyssal Blade with the nuke coming out from Zai. They just quickly bring down this Ember Spirit, who does not have buyback fly. Looking like he's going to be doing the same here. Couldn't even get off the Winter's Curse as he gets bumped around. Fortunately, he does have buyback. They're going to re-smoke up. They need a beautiful Winter's Curse here to be able to turn this team fight around. 4 versus 5. He's still smoked up, looking for his opening. Looks like he may play into the trees here. Nisha
Radiant's bottom barracks
threatening to just run in, as he does still have that Aegis. Tossed over onto the side, oh no! Matubman lands into Arteezy and immediately starts going to work, and Arteezy got cold the brace, just dies to the magic damage. Okay, that's it.
Blasted core.
Looking forward to see how Secret fares against OG.
Congratulations.
Desolation and the world.
Wow. You know, it's scary. It's like physically, I'm intimidated. Watching Team Secret make EG look like that. I don't like these guys. I swear, he's called Cyborg Matt for a reason. This is not a team of